The truth of Tensura's power system. A unique skill is the shape of the mind, said Veldora to Ifrit. In that single sentence lies the secret to that time I got reincarnated as a slime, or Tensura. In this world, strength isn't just something you train for. It's something that evolved from your very identity. In fact, when someone breaks into a new tier of power, the world itself announces it through a mysterious phenomenon known as the words of a world, a divine system that recognizes your transformation and declares it. No other fictional universe rewards growth and survival quite like Tensura. Power here isn't just about what you can do, it's about who you are becoming. The more you evolve, body, mind, and soul, the more you matter to the world. It's a harsh system, but a fair one. In today's video, we're going to discuss the meaning of Tensura's power system, how magic skills, fighting spirit, soul power, and evolution all play a role in survival, and why intelligence is the most broken stat of all. Magic, skills, and fighting spirit, the three pillars of survival. Let's start by untangling the power sources in Tensura. In this world, you can cast magic using magicules in the atmosphere and elemental theory. Use skills, abilities hard-coded into your body or soul, or rely on your fighting spirit, an energy honed from refined and reliable techniques. All three serve different purposes. Magic requires formulas and chanting, more rigid but powerful. Fighting spirit is raw and primal, relying on techniques and battle instinct. But skills, especially unique and ultimate skills, are in a class of their own. They bend rules, break limits, rewrite laws. But to understand how that's even possible, we need to return to where it all began, Ramuru's awakening. From nameless slime to named savior. When salaryman Tensura Mikami died and was reincarnated in a new world, he woke up as a blind slime, a creature with no sight, no arms, and no name. And yet, he wasn't alone. A voice greeted him. Not just any voice, but his unique skill, Great Sage. Alongside it was Predator, another unique skill that granted him the terrifying ability to consume and analyze anything he devoured. Soon after, he stumbled upon a sealed storm dragon, Veldora. Their encounter would change everything. Veldora explained the harsh truth of this world. In this world, the only thing that matters is survival of the fittest. Monsters versus mages, heroes versus demon lords, kings versus incarnations of annihilation. And everything was in a constant battle for dominance. When Ramuru gave Veldora a name and received one in return, he became Ramuru Tempest, and from that moment on, his evolution never stopped. Why intelligence is the strongest stat? Let's be honest, Ramuru didn't seem strong, but he outsmarted every predator in that cave. Take the Black Serpent, a deadly creature that unleashed poisonous breath across the battlefield. Ramuru analyzed it, isolated its toxins, and consumed it. Done. Then came the direwolves. Despite their superior numbers, keen senses, and powerful fangs, Ramuru's tactics allowed him to defeat and rule them. They even became his loyal mounts. What Tensura teaches us here is simple. Brains beat brawn. Strength without understanding is meaningless. And we see this again in Ramuru's first real challenge, the Greater Flame Spirit Ifrit. The Ifrit battle, strategy element. Ifrit should have incinerated Ramuru. His flames were overwhelming. Ordinary water magic couldn't even scratch him. But Ramuru observed something. Aaron's magic injured Ifrit salamanders. With this clue, Ramuru crafted a solution. Using his own vast magical reserves, he unleashed Icicle Shotgun, wiping out Ifrit's numbers advantage. Still, it wasn't enough, until Ramuru's resistance to thermal fluctuations kicked in, a passive gift he acquired in his last dying breaths. It let him withstand Ifrit's heat, so Predator could swallow him whole and trap him inside the inner dimension known as stomach. That's when Ifrit learned. A unique skill is the shape of the mind. And finally, we understand what that means. What is a unique skill? Unique skills are high-efficiency magical authorities. They allow you to perform supernatural effects with minimal magical energy, almost like hacking the laws of nature. They're not just spells. They're extensions of the soul, fine-tuned by your desires, intelligence, and willpower. Often, they come with extra skills, sub-functions that can exist independently, but lack the full optimization of the main ability. Now, Ramuru's case is special. He had two unique skills right from the start. Predator, which came with Consume, Mimic, Analyze, Isolate, and Stomach. Great Sage, with Analyze and Assess, Parallel Process, Hasten Thought, and All of Creation. Together, these created an unstoppable engine of adaptation and execution. Predator let him steal and master abilities. Great Sage let him process and strategize at inhuman speed. He was a mental organism, a thinking slime, capable of defeating monsters that should have erased him instantly. And others noticed. From goblins and direwolves to ogres and even Veldora himself, Ramuru inspired loyalty. He made intelligence cool. But what happens when a unique skill faces off against another? Soul Power, the final tiebreaker. In a clash between two unique skills, the deciding factor is not brute force. It's soul power. Soul power is the energy of your will to exist. It resides in the soul, not the body. And in Tensura, it is everything. Because Ramuru was reincarnated with a human consciousness, his soul power was unusually high. His mind and soul were closely connected, allowing him to channel his desires directly into strength. The ability to wield soul power becomes your willpower, and as that will strengthens, so too does your ability to rewrite reality. At that point, you're no longer just a monster, you're a divine entity, a spirit on the verge of godhood. Attributes and reality manipulation. At higher levels of existence, Tensura's laws are shaped by attributes. Basic: fire, water, earth, wind, space higher, light, darkness, and time. All laws, magical or physical, are combinations or extensions of these. Your unique skill gives you authority over one or more attributes, allowing you to twist, bend, or even dominate them. So if your soul is your essence, then your attributes are its elemental qualities, and your unique skill is the shape of your mind, your method of applying that essence to the world. And none wield these better than Ramuru. Now that we understand unique skills, soul power, and attributes, we can talk about the essence of divinity in the Tensura world. Magicules, Spiritrons, and Aura. Magicules. For the most part, Magicules are the building blocks of life for magical beings, like the slime Ramuru. They can either be found in nature or within a person. So, to distinguish between the two, Magicules in the air are referred to as Magicules, while Magicules in the body are referred to as mana, that is magical energy. But Magicules are toxic and poisonous by nature. The weaker you are, the less resistance you have against its toxicity. This is why humans, being less magical, ostracized monsters who are highly magical. The higher one's rank is, the more Magicules they have and can use. Veldora, the Storm Dragon, would be at the top of S ranks, the vaunted special S rank, because of his prodigious amounts of Magicules, while Ramuru would be in A rank. But Magicules are made up of Spiritrons, the spiritual particles. These spiritual particles are distinct from mana and tied to divinity, though they can be converted into mana, and it won't be until Volume 16 that we learn that the amount of spiritual particles a person holds within themselves, in their souls to be exact, determines their divinity. For example, when Ramuru consumed the souls of the soldiers of Falmouth to become a demon lord, his soul-dwelling spiritual particles increased, causing him to evolve into a divine being, Demon Slime. The amount of spiritual particles in one soul is called their existence value, and when that value is more than 2 million, that person becomes a divine being. Being divine means you're not tethered to a lifespan, and if you learn to manipulate your spiritual particles, you become a god who can be worshipped so your followers can exert a bit of your power to protect themselves. In essence, your followers earn your divine protection through worshiping you. Kind of like how Shuna was able to override Adelman's disintegration spell. One can evolve if they increase their existence value. And the energy of your existence value is your aura. Aura is an unmistakable presence that can be infused into your own techniques to ensure victory. Thus, larger your existence value, the greater your aura, and if you can focus your aura, it can exponentially increase the damage your attack will cause. This is the principle of arts. For example, as Veldora has the largest existence value, even among his fellow true dragons, his attack power can be increased exponentially when he uses his Veldora-style Death Stance arts. Arts are a combination of aura or magic with physical skills, like martial arts or swordsmanship. Magic. Knowing the difference between magicules, spiritrons, and aura is the same as being intelligent, because it means you know what you can and cannot do. Magicules or mana can be used to cast magic in either of the attribute systems. This is frequently known as elemental magic, forcing an effect of an attribute to manifest in the world exactly as you desire. No wonder it is the staple of the demon race, the poster children of magic, as they are incarnations of individuality and desire. With spiritrons, one can cast holy magic like Hinata's disintegration in Season 2. Holy magic is the magic the followers of a god can use because of that god's divine protection. Although, Melt Slash is an art rather than a magic, since it relies on using one's sword skills on top of one's disintegration spell. For Hinata, her god is the demon Lord Lumina's Valentine, who is the best and most experienced holy magic user in the Tensura world's history. And with your aura, one can use battle will to harden their bodies tougher than minerals like diamond, or completely hide their presence via form hide, or move faster than normal via instamove. Magic requires intelligence to use, but perhaps there isn't a more dangerous magic than naming, one that even demons wouldn't dare to use. The magic of naming is a very special system because it involves more than just assigning one a word to refer to themselves by, but also includes allowing them to join your soul lineage. And sometimes, their inherent attributes can be changed to take yours. But perhaps most conspicuously, they are able to evolve into higher ranks and become a completely new race, to become more intelligent and stronger, and able to harness their existence value. Ramuru's ability to name so many can be considered a godly gift of grace, especially when he did it for the ostracized monsters of the Tensura world. It's no wonder why they're all so fiercely loyal to him. Evolution is the only constant. In Tensura, nothing stays the same. The power system demands growth. If you don't evolve, you become someone else's fodder. Skills can evolve. Souls can evolve. Even swords and aura can evolve. The Harvest Festival. When Ramuru became a demon lord, the world tested his worth with the Harvest Festival. His soul survived, and he transcended mortality. His skills evolved too. The words of the world integrated his unique skills Great Sage and Degenerate into Ultimate Skill Raphael, with sentient intelligence and god-tier computational power. Gluttony, formerly Predator, also evolved. By integrating Merciless with it, Ramuru gained Beelzebub, Lord of Gluttony, an ability that could consume across space and ignore resistance. Unlimited Imprisonment and Uriel. When Ramuru freed Veldora, Raphael copied Unlimited Imprisonment and evolved it into Uriel, Lord of Vows, gaining dominion over space itself. And unintentionally, by freeing his named kin, he earned a pseudo-true dragon factor through his soul bond with Veldora, the shared name Tempest marking him as divine kin. Evolving aura and weapons. Even aura, the energy of your body and soul, can evolve. Take Cheyenne, for example. After defeating Razzle, her aura transformed into that of a divine ogre. Though still technically a wicked Oni, her potential to awaken divinity had crystallized. Her aura was now so dense and godlike that only a being as divine as herself could stop her. Even inanimate swords aren't excluded. If a weapon is infused with enough magic, battle experience, and emotional will, over time it can evolve from unique grade to legendary grade to the vaunted God grade. At God grade, the weapon not only becomes indestructible, it adds soul power to its wielder, making them resistant to all but ultimate skill level attacks. A God grade weapon has the desire to be its master's weapon, to guarantee their existence. Final thoughts: will, intelligence, and desire. So what is the true meaning of Tensura's power system? It's not just levels or stats. It's a cosmic test of your willpower, your resolve to exist and shape reality. Intelligence, your ability to adapt and optimize. Desire, your hunger to survive and evolve. In Tensura, combat is not sport. It is an existence challenge. When someone attacks you, they're saying, you don't deserve to shape the world. So you respond by asserting your right to be fully, powerfully, completely. You're not an innocent bystander. You are a spirit on the path to God. So if you're going to respond, go all in. Tensura's power system carries one message: be like God or another's fodder. Thanks so much for your time. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into Tensura's lore and philosophy, please consider subscribing and checking out the next video on the Words of the World.